Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Mind. Today we will continue this session with the string based question. So let's begin with the string based question. All the questions are of the format which is going to be asked like in the descriptive format which is generally asked in the campus drives. So let's begin with our first question. So our first question is given a string. So you have given a string and your task is to count the number of characters of each word in a given string. So what's our task? We need to calculate the each character, okay, in a given word in a string or in a sentence. We need to calculate, first we need to find out the number of words, and then in each word how many characters are there, we need to calculate that one. So if doing that particular operation, if you do this particular operation, you can make more two codes. Okay, what is that? This particular operation is on a string. Is it quite useful in many applications such as removing the duplicates or detecting unwanted characters or word. If you want to remove any character, if you want to remove any word, so this program can be helpful for that as well. Okay, so see our what's our input and what's the output we want. So we have given one string as an input. Okay, we want what output? That is tech world we have given. Okay, so tech is having 4 characters, so we need to print tech arrow 4 in this format only. We need to print. Okay, display output as shown below. In this format only we need to print, and world is world in this second line and with the 5. So world is having 5 characters, 1 2 3 4 and 5 characters. So world with a 5 characters is printed. Okay, so let's see the code. It's very easy. So this is the code. So s equals to input of, so this implies to be your tech world. Okay, tech world. So this is our input. Okay, tech world is our input. L is equals to s dot split of. So yesterday, like in my previous video, yesterday videos, I explained you the split, s dot split. What is the difference between s dot split of, okay, s dot split of, and L is equals to list of s. Okay, so I explained you both the things. L is equals to s dot split of and L is equals to list of s. So what the difference between this and this I explained in the previous video. If you had not seen that video, then please go and check out. I think it's a part 13 video. Check out there, you will find this one. Okay, so now for I in L. Now each and every element, so L dot S, L is equals to S dot split. What it will do? It will, S is equals to tech world is there. So tech world is there. Okay. So L contains your S dot split will split the value with the space. So it will take the tech as one and world as another. So it contains your 0th index and 1 index. So for I in L, so I contains your tech. Okay, so we need to print that tech. So I contains your tech. So tech will be printed, and then we need to print this arrow in the double quotes and length of I. So length of I, that is length of this tech. So length is equals to 4. Len is a keyword for the length, to calculate the length of a particular word. Very easy question. Go to next question. What's the next question? It's very easy question. Okay, what is saying that write a logic to find out the last element from the given string. Okay, so we have a string given and we need to find out the last element. Okay, so find out the last character of a given string. So for example, any string is given. For example, college is given. What its last character? E is its last character, so the last character is E. So we need to print that only. Okay, so example, input format, the first line of the input contains a string. Okay, and the output format is the last character of the string. So input, we need to read the string. The first line of the input contains a string, example college, and the output is what? Prints the last character of the string, that is the E will be the output. So our task is to read the given string and write the logic, okay, to print the last character of this string. So example, If the input is your input is taken as college, okay, don't take it college, I will take something else. So input is taken as, for example, input is taken as Alpana. Alpana, in Alpana they will starting also a, so take different input, take input as balloon, okay, so balloon, double O N, okay. So balloon, the last character is your N, so our output will be your N, okay. Considered other example, input considered to be your Ria, okay. So what will be our output? The last character of the Ria is A, so our output is A. So simply we don't need to do anything in this one. Why I took this question? Because I want to tell you the concept of the indexing in the Python. So S equals to input of, so S equals to input of, what it will do, it will take the string. So S contains your Ria, for example, okay. So Ria is there, okay. Now print S of -1. So what this S of -1 do? So we have taken this one. So this S is contained in like this format, R, I, Y and A, okay. So there is an index, so S is, whenever we took the input, S equals to input of, okay, so we have taken some string, so it is always be stored in this fashion. If it is Ria has, okay, so it will be stored like this. So a space will also be stored, okay, and then H is there, and then A is there, and then S is there, okay. So here the space is there. Everything is to be in the quotes, single quotes, because it's an string. So everything is in single quotes, and here there is a space, so here also it will be spaced here like this, it is stored, okay. So it has the indexing, so this is the your index, okay. So index is start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is called the positive indexing. In Python there is both positive indexing as well as a negative indexing. Remember that one. So negative indexing start from the right side and from -1, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7 and -8. So this is the negative indexing, okay. This is your negative index and this is your positive index. So positive index is start from left to right, okay, left to right like this way, left to right and from 0, whereas the negative indexing start from right to left and it is from the -1, okay. So this concept I want to tell you, that's why I just put it this question in a PPT. So simply we want to print the last character of the Ria. So if we took the print S of -1, that is the negative indexing, so A will be printed, that is the last character of the string will be printed, okay. Hope you got it. Next question. This is an important question as well as little difficult question, okay. Pay attention to this question and it's an important question, okay. So what's the question is saying? Write a program to find second most frequent character in a given string and display messages as shown below. Okay. So what we need to find out is, see here, we need to write a program to find the second most frequent character in the given string and display message as shown below. Okay. So if it is asked for the first most frequent character, it's very easy. First most frequent character, very easy, okay. But it's asked for the second most frequent character, okay. So how we will deal with it? So consider this as an example. We have taken input A, okay. So here A is occurring for the 5 times, okay. Count of A is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there is 5 times A is occurring. So B is occurring for 1, 2 and 3 times. So B is occurring for 3 times. So after 5 3s, so we need to find the second most frequent. So 5 A is the first most frequent occurring, B is the second most frequent occurring. So we want to print the output as the second most frequent character is B. So we need to print B with this message as well. Okay, if you didn't write the message and print this one, so it will not be executed correctly, means it will not be so your all test cases passes, because it will definitely show an error because you need to print this message along with your output. Okay, so remember always, if they are saying to print the message or whatever it is said in input, same in that way you need to print in the console screen. Okay, so begin with. And one more condition, this is one output, this is second output, a b c d. So a is also occurred 1, b is also occurred 1, c is also occurred 1, and d also occurred 1. So there is no second most, everyone are equal, so there is no second most frequent character, that also we need to print. This is important question. Let's begin the program. So first we have taken s is equals to input of. Okay, so what is our input? Double a b a b a b a. Okay, so considered our S is your A B A B A B A. Okay. So S we had taken that one. We are considering one variable, two variable, that is max 1 equals to 0 and m equals to 0. Okay. So two variable max 1 and m equals to 0. Okay. So max 1 equals to 0 and m is equals to 0. Why I had not taken the max only? Because max is a keyword in a Python to find the maximum element, okay, from a list or from a set. Okay, so that's why we can't use a keyword as a variable name, so we have taken the max 1. Okay, so now check how our program works. So for I in S, so I will be considered for each and every character in S. Okay, if max 1 is less than S dot count of I, so S dot count of I will take the S value, take total string it will take, and it will count that particular I value, that is A. So S dot count of A. So our first, I am tracing the program. So max 1 is equals to 0. So is 0 is less than S1 dot count of A. So S1 dot count of A, what is your A? That is I. So there is 5. Yes, max is less than. So if it is less than, so max will be replaced with the value of s dot count of I, which is your 5, because s dot count of A, this will be considered s dot count of A. Okay, so what is your, how many A's are there? 5 A's are there. That's why we have replaced the max 1 value with A, and var is equals to I. So I contains A, so var is your another variable which contains the value of I, that is your, what it will contain? That is A. Okay, now it will go with the I equals to A. So again max 1, that is 5 is less than 5? No. So again I is equals to B. Now B. So max 1 is 5. 5 is less than, 5 is less than with the number of counts of B, that is 3. No. So similarly it will complete this whole one. So what this? So in this one, the max value contains the 5 and var contains the A value. Okay. So what this loop do? This loop is used to find the maximum occurrence, that is the first occurrence. Okay, that is the first occurrence. That is the first occurrence, that is first most frequent occurrence. It will find, this loop will find the first most frequent occurrence. Okay, so most frequent occurrence, that is A, and how many times it is occurred? It is stored in max 1. Okay, so var contains your A and max 1 contains your 5, that is the maximum frequent characters occurred. Okay, but we don't want the first maximum character, we want the second most frequent characters occurring. Okay, so for that one we need to go for this one. Okay, so we have taken if one. So if, why I had taken this if loop, I will tell you later why I had taken the if loop. So first consider this one. Leave this portion, okay, leave up to this portion and see here. So this loop we had finded the first most frequent character. Okay, this loop is used to find the second most frequent character, second most frequent character. Okay, that the what our question demands for us. Okay, so we have taken again the I, means each value A B A B A B A. Okay, so I will be each and every character of the string. So if m is less than s dot count and I should not equals to var. Okay, so m is another variable that we have taken, which is 0. So is 0 is less than s dot count of I. So s dot count of I, that is a. So yes, m is 0 is less than s dot count of a, because I contains your a. So s dot count of a, that is 5. Yes, this is true, but we had put it an and condition. Okay, I should not equals to var, but here the I is starting with a and var is a. So this will not be went into this if loop, and I will be incremented. Okay, I will be your incremented. That's why I put the and here. Okay, I and here to check for both the condition, because I don't want the first frequent character. Okay, I want the second frequent character. So similarly, second I also, it will not execute when it is b. Okay, so s dot count of b is 3, so 0 is less than 3. Yes, this condition is true. Now and I is not equals to where is I, that is b is not equals to a. Yes, this is also true, so it will go inside this one. So m is equals to s dot count of I. So s dot count of I value is stored in m. So m contains your 3. And I value, R contains your I values. That is, I value is your B. Okay. So in the same way, it will go for each and every one. After the all the iteration completed, our R value contains your B and the m value contains your 3. This gives us the second most frequent count, and this will gives us the how many number of times it had occurred. Okay, so print the second most frequent character is R, that is your R stores the value, that is B. Okay, so this loop is for the first most frequent character, this loop is for the second most frequent character. After finding the first frequent character, we don't want that one, neglecting that one. If other than that, we are finding the second one. Okay, why I had put this if. Okay, if and then else. So I had put this if because of this input. Okay, because of this input, that second input, this input, there is no second most frequent character. So for that one, I had put it the if condition. See here, if max 1 is less than equals to 1, because at least one time any of the element will occur. Okay, so max value we have defined with 0, but if it is less than or equals to 1, means at least it is 1, means every character is occurring for once only, then we will put that if the max one is 0 or is less than 1, means at least equals to, that's why I had put in less than and equals to 1, means at least if it is occurred for 1, less than 1 or equals to 1, more than once, then it will have the second most character. Okay, second most frequent character. But if it had occurred for 1 or less than 1, then there will be no second most frequent character. The output will be printed for this one. If condition, if more than, if max 1 contains the value more than 1, then it will go to else part. Okay, otherwise it will print that no second most frequent character. Okay, when you will trace the program, trace this whole program. Okay, trace this whole program with the input what I had given, you will understand it clearly. Okay, it's a good question. Next question, it's also good one only. Write a program to find out that the given string contains digit or not. So we need to find the program, write the program to find a given string contains digit or not. So sample input is, this is the input, that is the string is given. This string contains, yes, this string contains an integer. Okay, that is the digit. So it we give the output that is contains digit. That we need to give the output, that is yes, it contains digit. Okay, so how we will code that one? So s equals to, this is the code. So s equals to input of, so here we have given the virat23 at the rate gmail.com. Okay, for example, consider it. Now we will take, we have to check is this string contains any digit or not. Okay, so d is equals to, we have defined one list, that is d, which digit is, digit can start from 0 to 9 only. We have only 10 digits. So we have defined the 10 digit list, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why I had defined the digits in this format? because this is an string, so 1 is also in the string format, 2 is also in the string format. So let's check with that only, that it contains a digit or not. So that's why we have defined with the string, that is in the quotes. So we have defined the D, okay, as a list which contains 0 to 9 in a string format. Okay, now we will check for I in S, that is each and every characters of the string, if it is in D. Okay, that is what is in D. If I in operator, in is an operator to check, that is if that value of I is present in D or not. Okay, if that is present, we will write a print string contain digit and break that loop, because when we know that yes it is present, we don't need to go the loop for the another time. So break this loop will be breaked. And otherwise I had written the else for this for loop, not for this. Else is not for this if, this is for the for loop. That is if this I is for every character in a string is executed and there is no I in D, there is no I in D. Okay, that is there is no characters in this string. Okay, then this break will not be executed. If this break statement doesn't execute, then this else statement will be executed and we will print string does not contain digit. Okay, for example, I had given that alpana@gmail.com. So I will be taken as alpana@gmail.com. So is I contains anything in this one? No. So even it is does not contain, then the break statement is not executed. So this else statement will be executed and we will print that string does not contain digit. Okay. Hope you got this question. This is also a good question as well as important. Okay. So trace the program, you will get know. That's all for today. Thank you. If you like the video, please do like, share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.